Assalamu alaikum and my hi to everyone. This is me Mehak back on Education with Gypsy. So आज के वीडियो में आपको मैं मिलाने जा रही हूँ my bestie, my soulmate, my better half. So her name is Manasvini. So she's from Bangalore and today ये हमें बताने जाएगी आर्ट के बारे में. So keep your ears open. So आप सुनिए इनसे और I will show you her drawings then later on. So first, over to you, Manasvini.
I love that I'm here and that I'm doing this. I never thought I would be comfortable doing something like this, but then I met Mehek and turned that I am. So I'm here to talk about what art means to me in general and also specifically for the trip that I've been on. So at home, I'm drawing all the time, I'm painting every second of every day. And when I travel, I use it as a way to document, to write down things I'm thinking, things I'm feeling, and I collect little bits of my days and I try to make a note of how I'm feeling so that when I go back to these books, it's like I'm there again and I'm experiencing those things again. And it's almost like these books become souvenirs of that whole trip. So it's almost like my experience of the trip is defined by the fact that I'm drawing all the time. And this helps me in many ways. I make sense of things. If I'm feeling homesick on one day, I draw for a while and I'm better. If I'm feeling very happy, very independent, then there have been those days too where I'm just sitting by myself somewhere, I'm drawing, and I was like, and I'm thinking about how I've wanted this for so long and it's happening and it's such a big deal. So then I write that down because I want to remember that moment for when I'm feeling homesick and I can go back to my sketchbook and be like, I have it in me to feel great and independent and happy.
To have that moments again.
Correct, exactly. So this is how I make sense of things through drawing all the time. And for me, these sketchbooks are very precious as a practice. So drawing in it is the point for me. Later on, if I keep the sketchbook away and I don't look at it for a while, that's completely fine because then I come back to it a year later, a long time later, and I'm reliving every moment of every day because I write and draw in that much detail. So it's like this is this meditative, very personal practice, but somehow I'm also comfortable sharing these things with people. Though everybody's allowed to look at my sketchbook, I never feel like, no, don't look at that page, don't. Somehow I'm just comfortable because it's through drawing. I don't need to say things with words. When I need to, I write them, but I'm still comfortable with people seeing them. And Mehek will show you a few things.
And it will be like जो भी ये देखेगा so उसकी अपनी एक story होगी उसके लिए.
Exactly.
So that can match with your
100%.
and that can't match with her imagination also.
And
So
sometimes,
starting from here.
yeah, and sometimes it's so fascinating to hear what other people think of what I've drawn.
Yes.
Because it's either so
that
different.
that can be much deeper.
Exactly.
That
And I was like,
can-
wow, I didn't even think like that. But
Yes.
yes, that makes me sound smart, so that's what I thought.
Wow.
Correct.
And that is something that make you feel more
Exactly.
wow.
More like cool and
Yes, exactly.
whatever.
So this is the first. You want to say anything about it?
This was my first day at the airport, so I drew like the coffee that I had, and I drew the wings as I saw it from my window. That is what I saw from my window, and I drew this landscape as I saw it when we landed. So on the first day, I was still like, I don't know what I want this sketchbook to be. So I was like, I'll try with pens, then I'll see where that goes. I just had fun with it.
She also uses those tissues to make drawing, and that is so amazing.
It's one of my favorite things when restaurants have tissue paper with the name of the place written on it, because then it takes me back immediately. And
to
I
that
have,
place,
yeah,
exactly.
and to draw the food I ate there on that tissue, it's one of my favorite things. So you can see I stick scraps from everything I find. It's like supermarket pamphlet, bills, everything. It just goes into my book.
Oh wow, it's so beautiful.
So I went on a trek recently, and this was from that, the cabin over there. And I was still getting used to being in the mountains for a while, so it was my way of making sense of it. This was our first campsite, and I thought that I had to document it. And now it's taking me back looking at it. I haven't
So
seen
you
it
don't
in a
need
while.
photographs. So she just need to draw it all. And that's what keeps it more alive than taking photos.
Correct. And I've realized that I connect so much more deeply because people say, draw me, or draw this for me. And then it's like that connection has been formed before. There might not have been any common point for me with them, but suddenly it's like there's that connection.
Exactly. Wow.
This is another cabin we saw.
Wow.
Portraits of people, days when I'm just bored and I write down how I'm bored. It's all not deep and cool. Some of it is just how I'm actually feeling in a moment. And it's actually very liberating because then it's out of my head and it's on the paper and I have space to think about other things, do other things.
Exactly. That is something. Oh, she will be happy if she is going to see it.
Yes, she will see it. Bansri, Lopa, both of you combined.
Together.
Yeah, so when I drew this, we had a conversation about how when we saw it, it looked like all three of us combined. And that was so interesting because I'd only tried to draw Bansri. A cafe and a sofa.
Every picture has its story. Wow. She keeps on eating popcorns. It's also drawing of someone.
One of my first friends in Ahmadabad.
Wow.
This has a very interesting story. So when I traveled outside Ahmedabad to another town for the first time, I realized that on the buses they only write in Gujarati.
Wow.
So I was like, how will I find the right bus to get back to
You
Ahmedabad?
don't know Gujarati.
Exactly. So I memorized visually how Ahmedabad written in Gujarati looks. And so I drew it and kept so I can look at the buses.
That is the
that
point to remember, and everyone should try it.
when you can't read the language.
Exactly. Just go with that board.
Correct. It's just like, I have the board. I know that this is right. Please take me to the right place.
Wow. These are so fantastic. She keeps on writing also then. You can go with that writing. But you can read it literally. Send?
Looks like it.
Yes, but she has some tickets, tissues of every place. This is full of that. So end of this Ahmedabad diaries from Manu. So hope to see her again, and going to show you what she draw at school, the painting. So we will discuss that, and she will just share her some tips regarding painting. And what else? You want to say anything?
I am very happy to have been here and to have met such beautiful people.
Wow.
And I think home away from home, I really found it over here in Kashmir. And I'm very grateful for these experiences. They all go into my sketchbook, but I don't talk about it much. And I love that I'm getting to talk about it. And I'm feeling comfortable enough to talk about it.
Exactly. When she will, there will be last day of her hair. I don't want that. But that day we will share her sketchbook of Kashmir. Okay.
Yes. Done.
Great. So see you soon. So keep smiling, stay blessed, and Allah Hafiz.